right, peeps. Well, we're back. It's the AEW Insider. As always, I'm your host, Lee Benz. And like I said, I'm going to be doing a podcast at least once a week, a wrestling YouTube video once a week, and this new one. This is movies, TV, video games, music, what have you. So I'm going to go over the weekend box office, some movie reviews, trailer reactions, some video game news, what have you. So definitely check us out on all social media. It's the AEW Insider 1 on Twitter, and it's the AEW Insider on YouTube and Facebook. So let's get to this weekend's box office. I do have the top 10. All right, this weekend's box office results are number 1, Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. It pulled in $60 million. So, I mean, that's really, really good. I did see the movie. I'm going to give you the review in a couple minutes, what have you. I always say what have you. But $60 million is also for an opening weekend. But come to find out, it's actually the second lowest grossing opening for Fast and the Furious. The only opening Fast and the Furious that was lower, money-wise, than Hobbs and Shaw was the original. Everyone, all those mind-numbing sequels, some of them that sucked after that, opened up to bigger than $60 million. But still, they won the box office for the week, so that's awesome. Number 2 was The Lion King. They pulled in $38 million. From what I hear, I think they already did it, or they're about to make $1 billion worldwide for the new Lion King movie. I want to see it. My daughter didn't want to. Now she does, so we got to sit down and watch it. Number 3 was Quentin Tarantino's newest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I watched most of it. I liked it a lot. I still got to finish it, and I know the best part's going to be at the end with the Sharon Tate thing, what have you. I didn't see it, so not spoiling. I just know Charles Manson's in it, Shannon Tate. We know what happened to her, blah, blah, blah. So once I do finish watching it, I only got a little bit left. I'll do a review on it. Number 4 was Spider-Man Far From Home. We've seen that. That was really, really good. Not as great as everybody says, but it was definitely decent. It wasn't bad. Number 5, rounding out the top 5, is Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 is excellent, no matter what. If you love Toy Story, you'll love Toy Story 4. They went kind of in a new direction. It was really good, and I can't wait to see what kind of spin-off that they do have after it, or who takes over, what have you. Number 6 was the Beatles-inspired film called Yesterday. Number 7 was called The Farewell. That's a Chinese film, I believe, or Japanese. Number 8 was Crawl, the thriller horror movie. I'm just telling you my thoughts on them because I haven't done a movie show yet, but I watched some of these. So Crawl, I thought was horrible. Crawl sucked. The coming attraction looked good. I was all hyped to see it. From what I'm told from somebody who's a very, very, a movie buff himself and knows about it, the director of it is like the master of suspense, what have you. That movie sucked. The big budget Hollywood movie wasted. It looked so good from the trailers, like I said, but the story was crap. I didn't care about anybody. Even though it was a mother-father, you'd think you would care about them. I didn't. And it was just garbage. Seriously, there were 2 pretty good kills, what have you. It's been out long enough, so I will say it. I don't know how somebody can get bit so many times by an alligator during a movie and not even lose a limb. But it was just trash. If you want to see a good suspenseful movie like this was supposed to be with Man vs. Animal, definitely watch the movie. It came out a couple of years ago called The Shallows with Blake Lively, I believe, Ryan Reynolds' wife. But The Shallows is awesome. That's a woman. She comes to find out she's like a pro swimmer. She used to be. Her mom dies or something, so she's depressed. She wants to get away. She goes to this beach. She gets stranded out there, and there's this killer shark after that ass. But that movie's awesome. So screw The Crawl if you didn't see it. Go see The Shallow. Number 9 was Aladdin. I didn't get to see that yet. And number 10 was Annabelle Comes Home. Now, we love horror movies here, as you can see. That's going to be one of the main focuses when the news does come up. Annabelle Comes From Home wasn't good or bad. It was just, I thought the best part of the movie was in the first 10 minutes, to be honest with you. But they did very well. They're going to do more. I can't wait to get the Annabelle toy coming out. You know what I mean? Her in a case at the end of this year. But that's the top 10. Annabelle, if you're a fan of it, you know what I mean, check it out. It's not like The Conjuring or anything, even though it's part of it. It's nothing like it. Just check it out. All right, let's get to some entertainment news. Now, the new Batman spin-off movie, it's called The Joker. It stars Joaquin Phoenix from Gladiator, Signs, what have you, River Phoenix's brother. It's being hailed by critics so far. I've got to see it. So much, in fact, that it's already in talks to win an Oscar. Now, normally, if it was early in the year, year, what have you, and the movie came out, there's Oscar talks, but an action movie by the end of the year would fade out. But by the time this is released, if it's in time for Oscar season, which I believe it is, that people are loving it. And I think it's amazing. It tells a story about how the Joker became the Joker, like what made him turn, what have you. He's a comedian, and like it takes a lot off of King of Comedy, the classic movie. De Niro's in it, but it's his origin story, what made him snap, yada yada. But it's supposed to be amazing. So I mean, it'd be awesome if he did win an Oscar for this role. Actually, a movie based on a comic book. I think it might be one of the first. And we all know that Heath Ledger should have got the Oscar first for the Joker. You know, God bless his soul, because he's the best ever. But I can't wait to see this. So definitely we gotta wait for the Joker to come out. If you follow movie news and you're fans of the movies, you might know a little movie called The Matrix. We've all heard that they've been in talks about doing a fourth movie, like the brothers are back on board, if not at least one of them are, yada yada. So new news came out. It's being said that part 4 will be a prequel, which will take place before them, and right now it's supposed to star Creed the movie, Michael B. Jordan, the main actor. He's supposed to be playing a young Morpheus. So that's all that's known yet. The internet and all that's pissed off, but I think it could be cool if it's done right. So it's going to be a prequel. Right now they're eyeing Michael B. Jordan for Morpheus, and that's really all that's said besides the original directors, and now they're back. The movies will show the events that lead up to Matrix 1. I'm a huge Matrix mark. I love the animated DVD I used to have, the Animatrix, with like 9 short stories that connected to it. I love the Enter the Matrix on a PS2, what have you. So I'm really, really excited about this, and I hope they do it justice. On this week's reviews, in some weeks there will be multiple reviews. Right now I only have one, you know what I mean? We're going to do Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and the Furious Hobbs and Shaw. It starred Jason Statham, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and there's a lot of other not a lot, but definitely some other big names that they didn't show in the coming attraction that are in the movie. The movie could have went wrong in so many ways. I mean, it was made on a whim. The Rock and Vin Diesel butted heads on the last Fast and the Furious, and this was this was the fallout. The Rock got his own spin-off, and John Cena got a spot in the next Fast and the Furious movie, and everybody's happy. Anyway, this movie has been done so many times. I mean, the whole action movie buddy thing. I thought this movie kicked ass. I really did. It was awesome. It had the perfect mix of comedy and story pacing. The only thing I did not like about it really was the bad guy. Now, everybody knows that Idris Elba is an amazing actor. He just did not do it for me in this movie. I don't know if it was the writing or him just calling it in. On the show, I'll never reveal major spoilers, you know, like plot points that happen, endings, what have you, anything major. But I will say some stuff here and there, like the cameos and all that come up. But I won't ever ruin a movie for you flat out. And if you didn't want to hear the cameos, I'm about to get to them. So skip ahead about 30 to 45 seconds. First huge cameo in the movie was Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. And I was pleasantly surprised to see him. It was just really, really awesome. And like I said, it doesn't ruin a movie or anything like that, but he's funny as hell. And then another cameo was actually Kevin Hart. I don't know why they didn't show these people in the trailer, but it was a good thing they didn't have to. When you got a movie with The Rock and Statham headlining it, I guess you don't have to. But definitely go see it, because Kevin Hart, of course, is hilarious, and Ryan Reynolds is too. So they were 2 big cameos, and it also did have Helen Mirren. She returned from her, did a cameo from her being in the last Fast and the Furious. So it was very cool. The plot of the film is that a deadly virus is on the loose, the bad guy wants it, of course, and the military or whoever teams up 2 of the best people, which is Hobbs and Shaw, to hunt the virus and protect it and the woman. That's all I have to say. Statham and The Rock bounce off each other very well. WWE superstar Roman Reigns, The Rock's cousin, he did really well in it too. He didn't have too much screen time, but he blended in. He blended in good. The only scene I didn't like, they just had him standing there one time with a wrench and he looked retarded. But besides that, he wasn't the main focus. The main focus was the older brother of the family, who is the lead, and he was the lead in Fear the Walking Dead. He was Morgan's husband or boyfriend who got shot and jumped out of a helicopter, that guy. So it took, he got most of the, screen time more than Roman, but Roman was there on screen. So I mean, it was pretty good. The action scenes kicked ass. They made sure they had a few car scenes and some badass cars and bikes. So of course it can go with the Fast and the Furious. And it was so funny. I mean, the funny things that Hobbs and Shaw say to each other and do to each other are hilarious. And like I said, you know, the two cameo people I mentioned before, they're hilarious every time they're on screen. So they make you laugh. So to me, it has been a long time coming for a buddy comedy. There has not been one in eons, probably since like Tango and Cash, or maybe few and far in between. I like this movie a lot, and I can't wait for part 2. The AEW Insider does give Hobbs and Shaw an 8 out of 10. I also talked about it on my wrestling YouTube show. You can watch the last episode on the AEW Insider. That WWE superstar, The Rock Cousins, Roman Reigns, almost got fired off the set of Hobbs and Shaw. Watch the last video if you want to know why. The story's crazy. And a quick note about my reviews, like I said, I don't care. I don't care what critics say. Literally, when I pick a movie and I'm going to see it, I go to see for what it is. That's what I'm expecting, what it's supposed to be. For example, I didn't go into Hobbs and Shaw looking for an Oscar-worthy performance. I went for an action comedy buddy flick and good chemistry between the people, and it delivered on all fronts. If I go see a horror movie, I want a great story, jump scares, blood and gore, and characters I care about, plus a kick-ass villain, what have you. So you know what to expect for my reviews going forward. I don't care what anybody says, what anybody thinks. I'm going to a movie for it to be what it's supposed to be. If it's not going to be, we got a problem. If not, I don't care how people think it's cheesy or this and that. As long as it went with it, I'm down with it. So just so you know about this movie channel, because that's how the reviews will be done. All right, also because you know this is the AEW Insider and we cover all things Elite, if you go see Hobbs and Shaw in a movie theater, get there early because AEW's TNT commercial, because they're premiering in October, is actually before the movie and it looks amazing on a big screen. I don't know because I didn't see it in the movie, don't tell anybody, but that's what I hear anyway. All right, and it has been announced that Cody Walker, aka Paul Walker's brother, finally got the role. It's confirmed for Fast and the Furious 9. He was in talks for the role at first. He actually did the film when Paul Walker got killed during the filming of that Fast and the Furious. His brother was actually the one in the car with Vin Diesel and the one at the end of the car, and they just used CGI for his face. But the last couple of months and year, the talks have been Justin Bieber was supposed to get it. Now, I'm not a Justin Bieber hater. I'm not a huge fan either. I don't care if he's in Fast and the Furious as long as he's got a good part, but I don't want him in Paul Walker's part. So it's awesome that his brother did get the part, and it's cool. I wonder what the story's going to be like. Does Paul Walker get killed on a mission or somebody kill him and his brother shows up, or will they just try to pass him off as Paul Walker with CGI like they did before? We'll have to see. If you do follow me on Facebook, you know I post a lot of movie trailers. Well, last week it got me in trouble. I posted a legit trailer that the ratings board nationally approved for anybody over the world to view it. It's for a thriller and horror movie. It's called The Hunt. It looks awesome. It's about a bunch of humans who are kidnapped and hunted for fun. It looks great. Definitely check out the trailer on YouTube. It's called The Hunt. And all these ones, I'm going to tell you dope trailers and dope movies about it. Just go on YouTube, get the name from here, watch the video, go on YouTube and watch the trailer. Because I don't know how to put actually videos in it. I don't even know how legal it is. And I don't want to waste your time with all the whole trailer. So go check out the trailer for The Hunt. But anyway, it's about humans that are being hunted, yada, yada. So the thumbnail that YouTube used, well, actually the movie studio used for the movie was a chick. I guess she's tied up. Well, I know they are if you watch the trailer. The people they're bound. They're bound human beings. They have their handcuffs or hands behind their back. And in their mouths, they actually have a ball and gag. But it's not a ball. It's a metal bar, kind of like a horse wears. But it's not anything sexual, anything like that. They're just captive because they're about to be released and hunted for their fucking lives. Well, YouTube, I get a notification that I went against their Facebook community standards and I posted something sexual. It was not sexual at all. Yes, she had a bit in her mouth and all that, but it wasn't any sexy and anything like that. And then, I reposted it. No, and then somebody was asking me about it in the comments, and I actually posted the trailer for it instead of just the picture, the full trailer, and they banned me for 24 hours. I couldn't comment or share or anything. It's insane. So Facebook, get your shit together, man. That's insane. But anyway, the movie looks great. What was I going to say? All right, they flagged my account, yada, yada, but it does star American Horror Stories, Emma Roberts, and Scream Queens. Ike Barinholtz, who's hilarious. He was in Blockers, and Hilary Swank, an Academy Award winner. I can't wait to see it later this year. Reminds me of a mixture of like the 1990s movie Surviving the Game with Ice-T, how they hunt them for fun, plus mixed with Hostel, how rich people are paying them to do it. So it looks really good. Check out The Hunt, and don't share it really, because YouTube might ban you for a fucking day, which is ridiculous. All right, now if you're a Rob Zombie fan or of his films, you know that the full trailer for 3 from Hell dropped a few weeks back. But Phantom Events, what Phantom Events are, they do it at theaters all over. They'll have special events so you can see the movie first or only for a limited time, and they have this and that going on. They finally announced the release date for it too with these events. So 3 from Hell at first is only going to be in the movies for 3 days. And I think then after that it's going to be on video on demand unless it does good. Each day has something different that you get for attending it. So day 1, if you go see it, that's the day my daughter and I are going to go see it, you actually get to see 3 from Hell, and then they give you a limited edition poster. If you go see it on day 2, you actually get to see the movie 3 from Hell, and then you also get to see a behind-the-scenes documentary about how they made it. And if you go on day 3, you get to see 3 from Hell, plus you get to see a double feature, The Devil's Rejects also. So the first date, I believe, is Monday, September 16th. That's when we're going for the movie poster. Then you can go September the 18th, 2 days later, and that's where you get the documentary. And then the following day, the 19th. So it's really, really cool. We cannot wait to see this movie. It's going to be friggin' awesome. He's hit and miss, but there's no way he's messing with the Devil's Rejects, the posse. This is for my local fans in the Scranton, Pennsylvania area, or if you're kind of by and you want to come, we love to have you. This year, the Circle Drive-In up on Route 6 are having their 2nd annual Northeastern Pennsylvania Horror Festival. It's like 13 horror flicks they show on the drive-in big screen. It takes place on October 31st and starts at 7 p.m. at night and doesn't end till like 2 in the morning. The tickets that are left are $10 a piece, so you got to check it out. Also, this year, they're going to have their haunted attractions up there, too. When you get to go to the haunted houses, all that, you can go buy 1, buy 2, or buy a combo pass for them all. So check out the Circle Drive-In website for more details. And my daughter and I will be attending both, so hopefully we get some decent footage for the channel. Now, a trailer dropped a couple days ago for the sequel for the movie 47 Meters Down. It looks different. It's definitely more victims and a different atmosphere. It's called 47 Meters Down 2 Uncaged. And it has Uncaged in the title because this time the victims are not in a cage stuck underwater. It's about a group of females that hear about this beautiful location that they want to go swimming at a waterfall and scuba diving. So at the first it shows them all there. They're having a beautiful time. They like, how come we never knew of this place? Then they put their scuba gear on and they start diving into this cave. They see a bunch of skeletons and dead bodies. Right then and there, I would have been fucking out of there. But for somehow, something grabs them like a big current and sucks them through. They can't stop it. And when they do come out of the current, they're still in a cave and there's fucking mad sharks there. So, I mean, it's not going to be great, but it looks pretty cool. So definitely check out the trailer on YouTube for 47 Meters Down 2 Uncaged. Last night I got to watch 3 episodes of Amazon Prime show, The Boys. Yo, The Boys is the truth. I'm telling you, you gotta fucking watch it. It's based on a graphic novel that kicks anus. It stars Carl Urban, who is Doc in the new Star Trek and plus every other movie. Carl Urban's the man. But it's about a group of humans who are sick of superheroes. Like they in this world, there's a superhero group called the Seven, and they all have powers and all that. But this is real shit. These superheroes, some of them are hooked on drugs. Some of them will kill people to get them out of the way. They'll threaten people to cover stuff up. Like, it's insane. So they're doing crazy fucked up shit. And there's a nerd character, not Carl Urban. He plays Butcher Bill. He's the man, like the leader of the Boys. But there's this other guy, and an incident happens, which I won't ruin, that affects his life very, very deeply. One of those superheroes are at fault for it, and it's trying to be covered up. He's sick of it. He's not hearing it. So a group of humans get together, and they know these superheroes are pretty much pieces of shit, so they want to band together to take them out. Yo, it's fucking awesome. It's called The Boys. I'm 3 episodes in. I can't wait to get done with this, stop editing, and post this thing so I can get back to watch it. Definitely check it out. Amazon Prime, The Boys, the shit. All right, there's also a video posted on Twitter that, I did. I remember AEW Insider one on Twitter. I post, videos all the time. Cool stuff. This video is off of YouTube. It's got a guy who went to a Halloween convention, and it had tons of the actors who played Michael Myers in Halloween, Tyler Mane, what have you. So he actually goes up to them, interviews them, and asks them what's their personal favorite kill. Doesn't even have to be one they did, but one in the Halloween movie series. So if you're a fan of it, all the killers and all that, definitely go check it out. All right, real quick, we're going to get the video games. New Mortal Kombat 11 DLC, which means downloadable content, is being released. 4 of the 6 characters have finally been revealed. As you know already, and I just bought them last week, I was late on it, was Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung's awesome. His character's model is based on the same Chinese guys who played him in the old Mortal Kombat movie, or you could be an old Shang Tsung. They're coming out this week, actually, early access, and then either this Tuesday or next Tuesday is Nightwolf. Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat 3 is the bomb. He's the Indian and all that. He's got the tomahawk, will fucking scalp your ass. He's got the bow and arrows. He's got the spirit animals, what have you. It's dope. Also coming in the next couple of weeks is Sindel. Sindel's also from Mortal Kombat 3. Sindel's the bride of Shao Kahn, I believe. She's got the white hair with the black streak down the middle like a skunk. She can float and she screams with her voice. She'll be coming. I love that this new Mortal Kombat, I play at least once a day. I fucking love it. I love that this Mortal Kombat has a lot of characters from Part 3 because that is my personal favorite. I just wish they bring the run button back. But anyway, so right now there's Shang Tsung out. Next is Nightwolf. Then we get Sindel. And finally, there have been rumors for months, Spawn. Spawn, the comic book character from hell, what have you. Spawn will be one of the DLC characters coming very soon. And then there's 2 more hidden ones because there's 6 altogether. That's the 4. And rumors have been running rampant. If you've played the last Mortal Kombat games, you know that they've had in the last couple of ones, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Predator, the Alien, Leatherface, all of them. The rumor is one of the last 2 of DLCs left will be Pennywise. Pennywise the clown from It. It isn't confirmed yet, but I can't fucking wait because that'll be awesome. Now, I talked about WWE's second financial quarter and a huge loss of my podcast, just throwing it up if you want to see it. Nintendo of America also took a huge loss in their second quarter, which is insane because the sales for the Switch and other things are great. Nintendo blamed it on the exchange rates. Last June, Nintendo made a profit of $280 million, and it dropped to about $153 million this year, which is still huge. But also real soon, they are making a Nintendo Switch Lite that'll be coming out. So, and plus with the holidays, they'll be killing it again. But that is a huge drop, man. That's over friggin' $100 million. It's fucking crazy. Speaking of Mortal Kombat 11, this weekend was EVO, EVO. It's a huge video game tournament. I'm going to show the list of all the games I got to play. I'm a fighter. I love fighting games, survival horror, and like open world games done right. That's my shit. But it's a huge tournament. I posted links of live footage of matches and that on our social media. Well, some of those cats are good, and I'm not just saying it, but I definitely would kick their ass in Mortal Kombat 11 and Street Fighter. There's guys I cannot touch at all, but it is my shit, and some of these guys over there are garbage. So I'm really thinking about checking into it next year and going down to Vegas, for real. But check out EVO. EVO's dope, especially if you love video games. Also, the new trailer and cover star for WWE 2K20 has been revealed. Now, it wasn't supposed to come out until tomorrow, the trailer, but it actually dropped early. People released it all over this weekend, and the trailer's awesome. They spent a lot of money on this. It takes place in like some huge rich mansion. Hulk Hogan's there. Velveteen Dream's there. Braun Strowman's there. Shawn Michaels is there. On the walls, they have dead wrestlers like Macho Man painted beautiful, Eddie Guerrero, what have you. But everybody's there. Out of nowhere, boom, through the ceiling, through a light. I can't even think of the name. Don't mind me. Bust down, boom, through the skylight, and on the floor, the person stands up like a superhero, and it's the man, Becky Lynch. So she takes a cookie off her tray. She goes over to Hulk Hogan. I assume it's his party because of what she says. She's like, sorry for the a window or something like that, bites a cookie and puts it in his drink. She turns around and Roman Reigns is there and hands her a glass of champagne, and he's like, good job. The ending was stupid, but the commercial and the cameos and the Velveteen Dream cameo was the bomb. So check it out. I got it on the Twitter and Facebook and the AEW Insider. And then also the cover stars for this year's game is Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch. It's really, really cool that she got on it. She's a female, what have you. But they should have just had Becky Lynch on the cover, period. But those are your cover stars for WWE 2K20, Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch. And definitely check out the trailer. Last, I posted a video on Twitter and on Facebook. It's called The 15 Most Shocking Cases of Video Game Addiction. It's a must watch. Number 15, just to kick it off, I'll give you a little taste. There was a female World of Warcraft player. She needed some kind of mount for her in-game animal to ride. It cost 500 gold pieces. She said, if you buy me this mount or give me the 500 gold pieces, I'll let you mount me in real life, saying she gives sexual favors for it. She said that the person, she would like them to be into role-playing, and she has her own costume, but that's not a deal breaker. The local cops are doing escort and sex things and all that, and they came across it online. She got in trouble, whatever have you. I don't know what happened, but also she did have to take her on the offer. Somebody actually did come through, and she gave up that snappy nappy dugout for a mount for her lizard or dragon or some shit. So check out that video. All right, man, like I said, I'll be back. I got the podcast coming in a couple of days. That'll be out Wednesday, Thursday. Then Saturday or Sunday, there'll be a new YouTube video for wrestling. And then right after that, this Monday, we'll do the weekend box office, any new trailers, a movie review, what have you. So there's going to be 2 videos a week and 1 podcast. Remember, join us on social media. If you ever want to be on a show, you want to be a co-host, something like that, hit me up. You have any questions, anything you want to see or reviewed, hit me up. It's the AEW Insider 1 on Twitter and the AEW Insider on Facebook and YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, show me some love, tell me I suck, it doesn't matter. But we'll be back in a couple days with the podcast and this weekend with a new video, all right? As always, I'm your host, Lee Benz. This is the AEW Insider, and ciao, peeps.